No cash? Some piggy bank.
Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're counting down our picks for 10 awesome 3D platformers that you may have forgotten about, or heck, didn't even know existed. 3D platforming fans should definitely check out these super fun games. Before we begin, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Vex. The 2000s were chock full of flawed but fun 3D platforming adventures. These games have style and panache, and plenty of attitude, of course. This point is very evident in 2003's Vex. This game throws a lot at the wall, and while not all of it sticks, it's a pretty darn awesome action platformer. As Vex, your goal is to smash, bash, pummel, and platform your way across a staggeringly diverse range of worlds and levels in order to hoover up as many Shadow Wraith hearts as possible. Each world here is brimming with fun activities and challenges, made even better by a shifting day and night cycle, great level verticality, and plenty of powerful moves for Vex. Ape Escape 3. While pretty much any of the Ape Escape games are awesome, it's the third entry in the beloved series that many platforming fans actually forget about more often than not. This, of course, is a real shame, because Ape Escape 3 takes all of the wacky and zany antics from the previous games and tosses it all into a sort of unique TV studio setting, which in turn helps each monkey-catching level to be surprising and inventive. The two playable protagonists, Kai and Yumi, have a wide variety of awesome gadgets to utilize, on top of some fun transformations. This game just oozes charm in tandem with some top-notch platforming gameplay variety.
Whoa! Gotcha! Oh yeah!
New Super Lucky's Tale. Gosh, I really wish more people talked about how freaking awesome New Super Lucky's Tale really is. This is easily one of the best 3D platformers around, but is one that is often overlooked and underappreciated. As the fun-loving and ever-charming Lucky the Fox, you must hop, dash, and burrow your way to platforming greatness across some super whimsical levels, with each one offering myriad collectibles to gather up. The vibes in this game are stellar all around. It's just such a playful and entertaining platformer that never lets up on enjoyment, made even better by some fantastic platforming game flow, with Lucky's cornucopia of unique maneuvers. Plus, the game has plenty of heartwarming moments, and even some that will make you chuckle. Wario World. Wario has been in plenty of stylish, cool, attitude-slinging platformers over the years, but one of them seems to be forgotten more often than not by platforming fans. We are, of course, talking about Nintendo GameCube's Wario World. Wario primarily stars in 2D platforming adventures or the micro-game shenanigans of the WarioWare games, so it's pretty awesome to see him in a fun-as-heck 3D platformer. Nintendo's charm oozes all throughout this game as Wario seeks to reclaim his stolen treasure. The levels are fun and inventive, Wario's moves are plentiful, the collectibles abound, and the game just feels great to play all around, even all of these years later. Seriously, don't miss this 3D platformer if you consider yourself a fan of the GameCube or the genre at large. Blinx the Time Sweeper. Microsoft's effort to make their own mascot platformer for the OG Xbox was a solid attempt, even if Blinx didn't become a platforming mainstay like Mario, Sonic, Crash, or Spyro. But make no mistake about it, Blinx's first outing, the Time Sweeper, is a delightfully fun game. Now, this is no simple 3D platformer like any other at the time. Instead, Blinks, as the game's title suggests, is able to sweep up time crystals via his magical vacuum, to then use to pause time, rewind time, fast forward time, slow down time, and even record time itself to make other versions of himself for specific challenges. It's honestly just a super cool system that we really rarely have ever seen in the genre since. It's just a blast controlling Blinks and using his time powers, all while trying to stop the nefarious TomTom gang. Poi. Have you heard of 2017's indie platforming gem Poi? Chances are you haven't, since we rarely, if ever, hear anyone discuss this criminally overlooked 3D platformer. Poi is just so good. Poi is sort of an indie version of something like Super Mario 64, at least in terms of overall gameplay mechanics and game flow structure. But this game is so much more than the sum of its parts. For one, it's just incredibly polished and smooth to play. As brother and sister explorer protagonists, you must obtain as many explorer medallions as possible in order to progress the story and discover new playful worlds to platform around in. Now, on the surface, Poi may look and seem very simplistic, but it's a far cry from a simple game. Poi just delights with great music, clean visuals, fun platforming abilities, and some stellar exploration. So go out right now and play this indie darling if you haven't yet already, please, and thank you. Voodoo Vince.
Evildoers beware!
Good golly, I really wish we could get a sequel to Voodoo Vince, that would be awesome. The OG 2003 Xbox version of this game, as well as the excellent 2017 remaster, are a real blast from the past. Not only is Voodoo Vince himself a goofy, sarcastic, and entertaining platforming protagonist, but he is also chock full of unique abilities, given the fact that he is, of course, obviously, a sentient voodoo doll. By using his very nature as a voodoo doll, his self-flagellation means destruction for the various goons and baddies he encounters in the game, since what harms him harms others. It's an utterly wacky idea that works to great effect here in this platformer. Add in some great collectibles, goofy voice acting, superb levels, and some stellar New Orleans/Louisiana/Southern Bayou vibes, and you have yourself a game that is hard to put down for genre fans.
Show yourself and face your mortal enemy.
Rocket Robot on Wheels. So, did you know that the N64's Rocket Robot on Wheels was actually developed by Sucker Punch? Yes, the same Sucker Punch that brought us infamous Sly Cooper and Ghost of Tsushima/Yote. That's pretty awesome, right? This super cool 3D platformer thrusts you into the roly roll of Rocket as he explores and platforms his way around Whoopee World. The game utilizes some unique physics, especially for its time, that sees Rocket manipulating all sorts of in-game objects in order to navigate the game's many unique levels and solve some fun puzzles. Toss in a fun-to-use tractor beam, tokens and tickets to collect, vehicle sections, and a general Saturday morning cartoon vibe, and you have yourself a stellar 3D platforming adventure on the Nintendo 64. Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights. There have been countless Scooby-Doo games released over the last few decades, some of them good, some, well, not quite as good. Well, we are here to shout out 2002's Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights. Gosh, this game really is just so good, I love it. Yes, it has its fair share of flaws at times, but it's still both a lovingly crafted Scooby-Doo game and a 3D platforming adventure. After arriving at Mystic Manor at the behest of Daphne's acquaintance, the Scooby Gang get captured, and it's up to Scooby to save the day. Night of 100 Frights is unique in that it sort of blends traditional 3D platforming with a light Metroidvania of sorts. The whole spooky game world here is interconnected, which really helps sell the vibes that this is a quote-unquote real place to explore and live in. If you were to only play one Scooby-Doo game ever, be sure it's Night of 100 Frights.
All right, you two, don't forget the real reason we're here. Go lobster bisque!
A Hat in Time. Okay, A Hat in Time might just be one of the most well-known 3D platformers on this list, since it has received plenty of well-earned acclaim over the years, and for good reason. However, we still think this game is often overlooked when talking about awesome 3D platformers in general. Starring the lovable, quirky, and utterly delightful Hat Kid, you must bound around plenty of incredible levels in order to collect timepieces to repair your spacecraft and make it back home. A Hat in Time is a love letter to 3D platformers of old, and it plays like a dream. Hat Kid's various hats and badges all really shake up the gameplay in some fun and interesting ways. Plus, the game is brimming with darkly humorous overtones, such as the game's first world centered all around the Mafia. Yes, you heard that right. A vibrant, family-friendly platformer with a world themed around the Mafia. Wild indeed. But yes, anyway, just go out and play this game. It's great. So, do you agree with our picks for this list? What are some awesome 3D platformers that deserve more time in the spotlight? Let us know in the comments. Thank you for watching this video from MojoPlays. Be sure to subscribe for more gaming videos every single day.